we endeavor just to give you some tidbits and some good head, go heads, and to help us to remember and reflect on church. The church establishment, the founder, the mover, and the shaker. So let's not keep you too long. We invite you to a very familiar passage of scripture and your theme, found in Matthew chapter 16 and verse 8. Matthew chapter 16 and verse 18. Excuse me. And I also say unto that, to thee, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church. And the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. For the next little while, I just want to talk about what happened to the church that God built. What happened to the church that God built? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is clear that in the mind of God that he had created an image of man. And the Bible said, and after God built man, and then he gave him some conduit, a connected piece that would allow man to communicate with God. It simply says that, and he breathed in him, and then man became a living soul. You'll never see anyone that leaves this world, if they're in your presence, you never see the soul of man come out of man.
Make it plain.
But yet, mysteriously to us,
come on now,
we have a very invisible third eye that allows you to feel the absence of the Spirit as it makes its way to a place that we sing about. Where preachers stand behind the pulpit and remind us Sunday after Sunday that there is a mansion somewhere, wherever Jesus is. He never gives us the address, but he tells us in what area it would be in. He tells us that it's going to be a mansion, it's going to be plenty enough room for everybody. And so therefore, every Sunday morning, the preacher, he graces the pulpit to get up to remind all of us that there's hope beyond this world. Because the mystery of God became the mind of God, that became the mastery of God. Are y'all walking with me? It was a mystery that when God had made man, that God knew that there would be an absence between man and him, or whether there would be a distance because of sin. Can you hear me now? And when he made man, he left that conduit in him so he could check in with man, and man could have a plumb line, if you please, to get him in connection, so when things get rough, he can call on God. He lost, man have lost houses. They've lost churches. They've lost cars. They've lost families. They've lost all of their possessions. They've lost the inheritance. When one thing, you lose everything. You may lose your health, but God will always leave his connective line off the hook. And what he does, he allows us to be able to check in with him even when you fall into a backslid position. Am I talking to anybody? Either when you denounce him for being preacher, when you denounce him for being your God. When we mess up and we think we're in love, and we decide to do the Solomons, and we go get 700 wives and helping somebody, and 300 concubines. If you get like David that never fought for nobody, but always stayed in the presence of God, God always leaves the line off the hook. And he leaves it off so man can have what we call a come back home observation. Which means that he's planted in him this mystery. So it tells me when you read that scripture, that theme, he tells Peter, now it ain't built on you. But Peter, I'm talking to you with some authoritative and some aggressiveness that I'm going to build a church. Y'all help me say. In the mind of God, actually he was talking to God, hello, in the second person, because he was the second person. You'll get that when you get home, of the Trinity. It was God talking to himself, about what he was going to do. He said, now when I get through thinking, I'm going to manifest it, and then I'm going to disappear, but I'm going to give y'all what they call the Holy Ghost. Are y'all walking with me? I'm going through here. He said, I'm developing a system, a systematic with some mythology, where you're going to have a method whereby you'll be able to communicate with me when you are in a dark alley, when you feel all alone, when sickness and sorrow and sadness come in your life. And I'm going to make sure that the church is not a building, but watch me somebody, but the church is going to be inside of you. And because it is a filling station, it gets empty, he'll fill it back up. Y'all walking with me? That it's a place that when you're lonely, it'll give you a constellation. The old preacher said that he'll rock you in the cradle of his love. In the time of storm, he shall hide me. Help me somebody. That's the psalmist said, in the time of storm, I'll hide you in my pavilion. I'll hide you in my bosom. Have you ever hid you when things get rough and everything around you was going upside down and you had a financial reversal? You got sick the first time and you ever got better and you don't really feel like yourself. When you was young, David said, I once was young, but now I'm old. But I've never seen the righteous forsaken. Hallelujah. Seed begging for bread. Yes. So the church is, I got 3 hymns for you and I'm going to go home. The church, number 1, is a mobile unit. All right. I remember that when you call out Red Cross, when they do CPR training, they take blood. And you pass out like my wife did. They take blood from a mobile unit, and what they do is that a unit of blood is a pint of blood. Yeah. And in my business as a therapist, a unit could be a family member, it could be an individual, or it could be a group. Yes. Which means that all of them collaborate together to become one. All right. And when Jesus gave his instructions to the disciples, he told them, I want you to be mobile. I need you to be maximum mobile. I need you to go into the highways and the byways and compel men to come. Yeah. So then when you look at that, he built the church that was mobile, and number 1, he built the church because he was a mover and a shaker. You know he was a mover and a shaker, that when he took him to the water, instead of him swimming, he walked on it, saying amen. When he picked 12 disciples, he didn't go down there downtown, he went to the jailhouse. He found men that were unfit. He found drug addicts. He found men that were fishers of fish, but not fishers of men. He said, I don't need 12 perfect men, I need 12 good men. Help me somebody else. And he was a man that he gave him fish, he turned it into a fish fry. You want me with me? He gave him 5, he gave you back, and he fed 5,000. He ran across a man in Bethesda, and the man, he said, I'm a doctor because I'm a mover and a shaker. That when men are blind and cannot see, preach, they can't hear you. That I'm a healer right there. And then he talked to the lawyers and doctors when he was 12 years old, telling them about the establishment that I'm going to go someplace and I'm going to build a church where man and woman can come in and they can take fellowship and sit with me. Jesus. Then he began to talk to these men, not with a PhD. Paul said the same thing. I can come to you. I speak 13 different languages. He said, but I didn't come here in my excellence. I came here in humility that you will be able to understand. Yes, let me open up a door. J. Vernon McGee said, if you want your kitties to turn to kitty cats, you got to put the milk down low so they can get the milk out the bowl. And simply what he was saying was, if you want to grow in Christ, I can't help nobody. If you want to grow in Christ Jesus, you have to make sure you hang around the mover and the shaker. The mover and shaker, he had a demolition crew that came through. When he started his mission, when he started out, he went to the Father's house, and he said, the Bible said he had whipped them out of the house because he's a mover and a shaker. And the mover and shaker because he told him, you have made my house a prayer into a dinner thing. He said, how double dog did it? It was so strange about that text is that when he's on his way to Calvary, he stopped by the church one more time. And you know what he found? He found the same thing when he came back 3 or 3.5 years later. He let them know, I'm going to whoop y'all one more time. Because you didn't get the lesson, and that's what surprises me in today, that Jesus, no matter how often he cleans up the church, when he come back, it's always looking the same. It's always looking the same. He's looking for builders. He's looking for master builders. He's looking for talents. He's looking for gifts. He's looking for people to be in the right place at the right time. Because the church that we look at now is not the church that he built over 2,000 years ago. So because people have changed. People are hard-hearted. People are unconcerned. People are uncaring. People that work in the church think that it's the building and not the building on the inside. And that's why people get the word every Sunday. People get the word, and people go to school and do theology and graduate magna cum laude, but never talk about the Spirit of God.
The Spirit, yeah.
Will give man the unction to keep on going. You think I'm lying? They said, "Oh, Jesus said, I go away to prepare a place for you." And then on another note, he told them, "Unless I leave, the Comforter won't come." So there's the inside part of you. Can you hear me, sir? There's the inside part of you that he communicates with, where he lives, and his spirit never grows old. And every morning he wakes you up, and his spirit is alive. Every time you get angry, you can say inside of you, "I forgive me, Lord." Every time you get sick, you can use a ministering word, and you speak health and healing to your own body. And the reason why you can do it, the flesh won't get it, but the spirit makes it alive. Help me somebody. There's something inside of us, and he is, because he is a mover and a shaker. When husbands and wives separate, when husbands and wives distance there because death comes in the middle of them, if somehow, at the barber, you can still hold on to your faith. When y'all walk away when sickness comes and it's unaware, the doctor says 50-50 chance, and you lean on the 50 going up, not the 50 going down. And y'all walk away, I may have this, but guess what? I know somebody. I may have a giant in my life, but I know a giant killer. Tell me somebody here. I may have a rat in my life, but I got a rat killer. I may have a demon in my life, but I got a demon instructor. I may have some bad kids, but I got somebody. I help me somebody down on the inside. Because when he built a church, he said, "I heal the brokenhearted. I came to set the captives free." Right now, the church that God built.
Thank you.
He built number one because it was a mobile unit. He took the church to all people. He took it to all the ones that needed it. Again, he spoke to those in parables. And the reason why he spoke to them, because you know what? The church is a hospital and not a hotel for the saints. Can y'all help me here? The church is a place where you have to be mobile, and then when it gets there, it has to make sure you have Jesus so you can be a shaker and a mover. One of the worst indictments they get about going to church is when you leave the same way you came. You go to church sometime now, you run out unhappy. They'll tell you got to move your car. Give you a license plate number. Can you move your car? Somebody will call the pastor out and tell him something and kill his message, give him a try. Somebody will bring up some lies in church. Somebody will come up with some mysteries and mystifying magical thinking about, I feel that I got a word from the Lord, and I want to stand up and give it to you now and be the biggest hellraiser that can help somebody in the church. That wasn't a church that he built, but he built a church upon the rock. And I'm about to close. He built a church upon a rock, and the Bible said he became the cornerstone. Now, I discovered I didn't know what a cornerstone was. I had heard all the old preachers say that I'm on the cornerstone, which means that I was there in the beginning. Tell me somebody. And I learned that God is the cornerstone of the church, which means that he was in the beginning. And old preachers said before there was a when and the where and was, he was always been there. He's never been an is because he's always been omnipresent. You get that when you get home. So when you talk about God, you have to always say God is.
God is.
Not God was.
No.
But God has never been a was. That means that God wasn't present when you did it. So help me somebody. So he is the joy and the strength of my life. He moved all pain, misery, and night. He promised to keep me, never to leave me. See, because he's never been an is, because if he was an is, then he wasn't there when you knew he was a was. Because he was a was, that negative, that takes him out of the equation, but because he sits high.
That's good.
What I like about him, because he's a moving shaker, he sits high and he looks down low. One man said he walks with me. He talks to me. He's far enough away, but he's close enough to heal your broken heart. He'll massage your bruises when you've been knocked down. I came to heal when your heart is bad, when you've been left destitute, when you're down and out, you've been misplaced and displaced. When you were hooked on something that wasn't hooked on you. Or you were hooked on something that shouldn't have been attached to you. Y'all feel the pain. But he gives us victory because not only was he the one is being a mobile unit, he's being a mover and a shaker, but also he is our medication to manage.
All right, make it
plain. Which means that he told his disciples. He found them boys down there fishing. He said, I want y'all to come on and y'all help me get this church going. Went down a little further and found some other men. Called them in and said, you know what, come on. I'm going to show y'all how to build a church. He didn't put out no lumber. He didn't put out no scale. He didn't get no demolition crew. And the reason why he didn't have to have a demolition crew because they never had a church to tear out. Because they never had been a church. And that was new to their mind because he told them that you could tear down that building. That took y'all 100-something years to build, but in 3 days, I'll build it back. That suggests to me that when he hung on Calvary's cross, that he decided to do two things. Y'all come on, go, we're going home now. He got on the street going up the Golgotha Hill. Somebody called it Skull Hill, but I call it Calvary. When he climbed up there, he had two things in mind. He said, number one, you've been holding me in that I gave you a long time ago. I had Abraham, and you still got him in the grave. I got Isaac, and he's still in the grave. You got Esau and Jacob, and I can't use them because these men are dead. He said, I came to take the victory out of the grave. Is that all right? I came to open up the front line. So whosoever call upon me shall be saved. You can come in the front door. You can be a last minute man coming in. Let me tell you what he did on Calvary. He was dying on his way home. Had his ticket in his hand. His hands had been healed. His hand had been nailed. His feet had been riveted. Then he heard a voice, and that voice said, excuse me, sir. He turned to the right side. The voice said, I know I'm a thief. I know I'm a rich undone. But I want to ask you a question. I may not be able to go, but I want you to do one thing. I believe in you, and I believe that there's a Father, but do me a favor. Jesus looked over and said, what you want me to do? He said, when you get into your kingdom, just remember me. And the old preacher said that he stopped dying and opened up the doors of the church. Oh, yes, he did. He said, not tomorrow. He said, but today thou shalt be with me in paradise. He took the power out of the grave. He took the steam out of there. Did anybody in here know what a bee does? If a bee get around you, if you'll be hollering and screaming, because there's a bee. A man was on his way to the mountain, had all his children in the car. He was driving and the bee got in the car. His wife said, a bee. And he didn't say nothing.